Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, today we will talk about the wonder spice of Meghalaya. Can you guess what it is? It is the Lakadong Turmeric, which is grown in the state. We will go over to Tripura, where Agartala Adventure Tourism Festival has evoked a huge response. We will also talk about the lovely orchids that are growing in Mizoram. A new year brings in lots of fanfare, amusement and festivities as usual. Due to the COVID pandemic, however, this year, New Year had a dearth of festivities with less footfalls. However, Tripura's capital city Agartala has witnessed a new extravaganza, amusement, added with adventure tourism. Here is a report from a correspondent, Reena.
For the first time, the city dwellers of Agartala had an opportunity to experience thrill and fun and traditional food all together under one umbrella at the Swami Vivekananda Maidan by the way of an adventure tourism festival. Tripura Tourism Development Corporation organized this 5-day-long festival, which evoked huge enthusiasm among the adventure enthusiasts and more particularly the youths and children from 9 to 13th this month. The excitement of rock climbing, the thrill of a hot balloon ride, archery, experience of zip lining, jet skiing, rock climbing and banana boating, all such adventure activities were on the festive event. Tourism Minister Prasenjit Sinha Roy inaugurated the festival. On the occasion, he said that the adventure activities will help the tourism sector go a long way in Tripura. He said the present government is working in a proactive manner to improve tourism infrastructure across the state. Talking to AIR News, Assistant Director of Tripura Tourism, Mrinal Kantidas, gave a brief profile of the festival.
Here we have arranged hot air balloon, zip lining, rock climbing, Burma breeze, jurbing, then archery. And side by side, we have also arranged some water sports activities at Lakshminaran Digi, Agartala. There we have arranged jet ski, then banana boats, kayaking, water absorbing, etc. And during this 5 days festival, too many visitors are coming and they're enjoying all these things.
In organizing the Adventure Festival, the Alpine Wonders Private Limited, New Delhi, and Nirmahal Adventure and Mountaineering Foundation from Tripura have given their support to the Tripura Tourism Corporation. The initiative of holding the Agartala Adventure Tourism Festival has brought new hope among adventure lovers, especially the youths in the state. For Northeast Diary, this is Reena Nomaitam from Agartala.
Northeast India is home to varieties of species of orchids and Mizoram is no exception. In the state of Mizoram, activities of exploring the newer varieties and conservation of the orchid plants has geared up with the Mizoram University, encouraging exploration, conservation and further research work. Here is a report from our Aizawl correspondent, Irene.
In Mizoram, orchids are abundantly found in the hills and forests, but a lot of varieties are yet to be identified. According to estimates, so far 243 species of orchids have been found. In fact, research on orchids is widely being done by Department of Environmental Science of Mizoram University. Talking to AIR News, orchid researcher Dr. Sai Thantluang Zote from Mizoram University said she and her research team have traveled all these hills and forest areas, and they have to camp in forest for weeks and more while hunting for orchids. As some orchids may not flower during the hunting time, they have to identify the orchid species using their roots. She said that these orchids, once identified, are taken along with their roots and replanted in the greenhouse set up in Mizoram University. Thereafter, extensive study on their profile is done by the Department of Environmental Science. Orchid conservationist Dr. Zote further said,
At present, around 250 species of orchids has been identified in the state, and these orchids are found all over the state in places like Phongpuitlang, Blue Mountain, Moorland National Park, Farcon and Thingsai, Dampa Tiger Reserve has been widely combed for a variety of species. At present, research has been widely done by scholars of Mzatu. A rare endemic species of Iria lasai has also been identified in Mizoram. We have published several national and international papers on orchids research at present and will continue to do so.
In the state, so far, 80 species of orchids are found in Phongphuitlang or Blue Mountain. The researchers are also identified 30 number of species in Farcon and 90 species in Thingsai. They also found one endangered species called Lady Sleeper orchid at Dampa Tiger Reserve. Recently, a new sensitive species of habanera has also been identified at Mulan National Park. For Northeast Diary, this is Irene from Aizawl.
A technological improvement introduced by the Indian Cardamom Research Institute Gangtok has boosted the production and profitability of large cardamom in Sikkim, which leads to the crop's production in the country. Our Sikkim correspondent Saikat Sarkar tells us more about this.
Sikkim is the largest producer of large cardamom in India with 4,700 metric tons of yield on 17,400 hectares of land in a total cultivation area of 74,000 hectares. Large cardamom cultivation originated in the state before spreading to Arunachal Pradesh, Darjeeling and Nagaland. Indian Cardamom Research Institute Gangtok or ICRI, which operates under the Union Commerce and Industry Ministry Spices Board, has been focusing on production improvements for large cardamom. This has also led to higher income for farmers. Scientist at ICRI, Dr. Sasanka Shekhar Bora, speaks about the design improvements in the ICRI improved bhattis and resultant benefits.
Actually, large cardamom is the local farmers used to cure large cardamom in local bhatti, that is direct heating system, where cardamom, they in a furnace, in a big kiln, they are putting the fire under it and putting the large cardamom above the fire. And directly there, the large cardamom is exposed to heat. As a result of it, what happens, that large cardamom color become fade and it become black in color. Their quality got deteriorated because of the direct heating system. The oil and aroma is depleting. To maintain proper color, aroma and oil, Indian Cardamom Research Institute located in Gangtok tried the indirect heating system, developed a indirect heating system of large cardamom curing. In indirect heating system, using through pipe system, through which the hot air flown through the through pipe and it is hitting the large cardamom indirectly. And as a result of it, we are able to maintain the temperature of 50 to 55 degree and that cardamom used to get cured. During this process of indirect heating, the oil, aroma and the color is maintained as such, and the pinkish color of what the original color of large cardamom we are getting. And if we see the market value and comparing the market value, if local cardamom is costing around 400, then the indirect heating system, what we developed, that cured cardamom we are getting around 500, means 100 to 150 rupees more compared to the local bhatti system. Indirectly, it is helping the farmers to earn more from their whatever they are produced. Spices Board is providing subsidy to install in the farmers' field. This system is ICRI Modified Bhatti, known as ICRI Modified Bhatti.
The demand for high-quality large cardamom capsules is very high in domestic and international markets, and in Sikkim, currently around 550 ICRI bhattis are in use. The institute aims to popularize the technology among farmers in other large cardamom growing areas. With Diliram Dulal, this is Saikat Sarkar for Northeast Diary from AIN News Sikkim.
In Arunachal Pradesh, Krishi Vigyan Kendra Pasighat in East Siang district conducted a week-long workshop for rural youth on various advanced farming techniques. The initiative is an effort to make the local youth Atmanirbhar and have better understanding of new technologies. A report from our Itanagar correspondent Rakesh Dole.
Giving a boost to government's effort to double farmers' income, Krishi Vigyan Kendra Pasighat in East Siang district successfully conducted a week-long workshop on mushroom cultivation, fishery and uses of advanced technologies in agriculture sectors. The workshop, which started on 15th of this month, concluded today and was attended by a sizable number of rural youths. M. Shah Hussain, in charge of the workshop, has informed that the main motive of the initiative is to make the youth self-reliant and help these enthusiast farmers double their income.
Krishi Vigyan Kendra, East Siang, College of Horticulture and Forestry, Central Agriculture University, Pasighat, Arunachal Pradesh, organizing 7 days skill training program from rural youth. ये training program हम लोगों का target है जो है rural youth है, nearby villages, और youth लोगों को हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि किस तरह से अच्छा entrepreneurship develop कर सकते हैं. ये training program fish rearing and मैनेजमेंट पे हो रहा है. इसमें फिशरीज का अलावा भी इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग अप्रोच भी हम लोग सिखा रहा है, जिसमें पोल्ट्री कम फिश फार्मिंग, हिट कम फिश फार्मिंग, मशरूम कल्टीवेशन, पोटैटो कल्टीवेशन, इस तरह का जो रिलेवेंट एग्रीकल्चर टेक्नोलॉजीज है, जिससे हम लोग का यूथ लोग अपना लाइवलीहुड को बढ़ा सकता है या अर्निंग कर सकता है. इसमें हम लोग तवज्जो दे रहा है और कोशिश कर रहा है कि यूथ को स्किल करे और जिससे वो लोग अपना देश का प्रगति में भाग ले और हम लोग का प्रोडक्शन को बढ़ाए.
The participants say that they have learned lots of new techniques on mushroom and fish cultivation during this period. They hope that this workshop will change their approach and will help in more yield from their crops. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, Air News, Itanagar.
To inspire young minds and make them explore the wonders of science, Nagaland received its second Planetarium and Innovation Hub building in Kohima. The building was constructed by the Department of Science and Technology and funded under negotiated loan from HUDCO with an amount of 4.95 crore rupees. The state got its first science center at Dimapur in 2004 and upgraded it with a Planetarium and Innovation Hub and 3D theatre. Our Kohima correspondent Asunio has filed this report.
After Dimapur district, the state capital Kohima became the second district in Nagaland to have received the Planetarium and Innovation Hub building, which is located at the premises of Department of Science and Technology, Kohima. The building was officially inaugurated by Minister for Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs, Niba Kroner, on 16th of January 2021. Science and Technology, IT and Communication and NRE advisor Munlo Mokikon said catching the young students at the early age will go a long way for the development of science and technology in the state. He also added that the government is planning to establish a planetarium each in all the district headquarters in the near future. The Planetarium or Space Education Center will provide a unique opportunity to bring various aspects of astronomy by stimulating a dynamic sky in a digital environment. Visitors can actually see the performance of nature on its cosmic stage rather than being told about it. Measuring 8 meters in diameter, the Space Education Center dome has a seating capacity of 50. The hall also has a special digital projector that can incorporate real images or videos of cosmic events in the program for immersive experience. The Space Education Center will also create awareness about important issues in science, apart from providing effective environment for free choice science learning. While the Innovation Hub promises to provide facilities to nurture new ideas and help develop inquisitive perspective among the youth, the Innovation Hub will have Innovation Resource Center and Design Studio, Electrical and Electronic Lab, Mechanical Lab, Biochemistry and Physics Lab, Robotics Section, Hall of Fame and Idea Lab. The hub will also serve as a springboard for new ideas and innovation, and thus will help the society and economy to face future challenges and meet rising aspirations of the growing population. For Northeast Diary, this is Asanyo from AIR News, Kohima.
Dear friends, we all know that arts surround our life, and since time immemorial, art has existed as long as man has. The state of Manipur is known for its rich arts and culture, which makes this little part of India a vibrant component of this country. Meantime, the annual Manipur State Exhibition of Art has commenced from yesterday, and it exhibits different works of artists. Let's have more from our Imphal correspondent, J.J. Thokchom.
The annual state exhibition of art organized by Manipur State Kala Academy started from yesterday at Manipur State Art Gallery in Imphal. Altogether, 39 artworks including paintings, drawings, graphics and sculptures of 33 artists are exhibited in the exhibition. Some of them are award-winning artworks which attracts many art experience of the state since the opening of the exhibition. The exhibition will continue till 24th of this month and open for public view. Speaking to AIR News, the Secretary of Manipur State Kala Academy, L. Kishorjit, said,
This is the annual state exhibition of art, which is a 40th edition, which has been performing for the last 40 years. Any artwork, any creative work, either in the field of performing art or visual art or literary artwork, just naturally reflect the contemporary society of that period. And right now, most of the exhibits artworks reflect the contemporary situation, the social turmoil, maybe atrocities to the women, or maybe, say, the struggle of the woman in our society. If you look back about 10 or 20 years back, the awareness of the artwork is quite different, and now the awareness among the audience or to the visitors is quite increased, and this kind of social awareness has been created. The visitors has been increased in our exhibition also. Today itself also there's lots of art aspirants, not only from the artist side but also from other circles also. They used to come and see and enjoy the exhibition.
Besides organizing exhibitions, the state government has taken up many incentive schemes to encourage the artists of the state. It includes financial assistance to the artists for purchasing art equipment, pension scheme. This will definitely help to develop the fine arts in Manipur in future. For AIR News Northeast Diary, JJ Thoksom from Imphal.
We know that the Kaziranga National Park in Assam is a very famous tourist place as well as home to a wide variety of flora and fauna. Today we bring to you an interview with P. Shiv Kumar, Director of the Kaziranga National Park, via Guwahati correspondent Manas P. Sharma.
Good evening to listeners of Northeast Diary. This evening we are joined by Director Kaziranga National Park, P. Shiva Kumar. Sir, welcome to our show.
Good evening Manas, and good evening to all the listeners.
Okay, let's discuss. After the reopening of Kaziranga National Park, would you please tell us how many numbers of visitors from foreign, from within country have visited, and what are the amount of revenue you have generated?
Mainly for the Northeast, Kaziranga is a hub for all the tourism related activities. On an average, we used to get around 1,75,000 visitors. That include on an average of around 10,000 foreigners, and we used to get the revenue of 5 crores. And current year, due to the COVID related issues, the park was closed in the month of March. And finally, we opened the park in the month of October only. So we couldn't earn anything in the month of March, April, and May. So those 3 months almost like a nil, and we opened the park on 21st October. In last 90 days, almost we received the visitor of around more than 1,05,000, and our revenue also around 2 lakh. But the current year, almost 95% plus visitors are there basically from Assam and Northeast, not from the other parts of the country or from the other countries. In case of international visits, only around 200 numbers of visitors who are already working in different corporate or in embassy, they visited. And from the other state, mainly scientists only they have visited. So Kaziranga tourism primarily on by Assam and Northeast.
Okay, but of late, if anyone wants to visit Kaziranga National Park, they can easily come, right?
Gradually, situation is improving. I've seen that, like in the month of November, December, we didn't get any booking for visitor from the other states. But in the month of January and February, gradually we are getting good demands for the visitors from other states. So we hope that in coming months, situation may improve.
Okay. Now, another success story of the Kaziranga National Park is that in the last 1 year, we can say Kaziranga National Park has recorded almost zero rhino poaching. Only 1 or 2 poaching cases has been reported. Now, please tell us how it was happened. I mean, what efforts that have been put by your end from government to prevent poaching.
The year 2020, no doubt, we used to remember that last year mainly for COVID related issues. But in case of Kaziranga, the year 2020 is a memorable one. We got land mainly in almost in 9 locations which were supposed to be handed over to Kaziranga, that was pending for almost more than 110 years. We got the land which was originally part of the Kaziranga. We have got it almost after 110 years. There are additions notified to Kaziranga in the year 1985. Those areas also we have received it from the Revenue Authority last year. At least we can say that the land means the area expansion consolidation, we have done the maximum activities during the year 2020. And in case of poaching, we know that in Kaziranga, the usual number of poaching is about 25, something like that. In the recent year, government taken a lot of initiative. They ensured that forest, police, all this intelligence agencies, they should work together. Then they should involve the fringe villages. So due to that, there is a gradual reduction in poaching. The credit goes to our Honorable Chief Minister. We used to visit park regularly, almost we can say monthly basis, and he used to review the poaching related measures on day-to-day basis too. So because of that, the poaching number is reduced. Last year was the lowest one in the history of Kaziranga. There was only 2 cases. Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve, we are having 10 ranges, and out of 10 range, almost 8 ranges without any poaching cases, mainly on rhino angle. Only in 2 ranges, mainly in Agaratuli range, the eastern range, and in the central range, there was one case each. And mainly in Agaratuli case, we got good control over also, good recovery. That in that poaching case, there are involvement of militants. So all the persons who were involved in that case, they were arrested, and one person also, they tried to fire at us, and in retaliatory file, and they also got killed. We can say that last year was one of the best year in case of expansion, consolidation, and protections.
Right. And because due to flood last year, Kaziranga has to also face some damages, obviously. So what are the steps now being taken for the infrastructure development?
Mainly in infrastructure development, you know that in the 80s and 90s, we tried for highland in selected area. So there were small islands, and then it was giving some good result in certain area. So based on that model, and during 2017-18, we have constructed systematic islands around 33 numbers. Again, we have elevated around 20 kilometers of our existing road to act as a road cum island. And based on the success of these 2 model, and current year also Government of India under the Project Tiger, so they have given the fund to elevate around 32 kilometers stretch of road that will act as a road cum highland. So that is a new initiative. And apart from that, Kaziranga, you know, there is a vast area under the grasslands, and there are succession is taking place. So some of the grassland area became a woodland. So we are doing that removal of woody species, mainly Simal or Ajar, and in certain area there are areas dominated by the weed like Mycania or wild rose. So removal of weed also going on. Specifically, we can say the last 3-4 years, we have done a lot of intervention, mainly in the habitat management also. Apart from that, due to the climate change and tourism-related activities, so in Kaziranga, mainly on the southern side, the water table level is keep on falling down. So we also started to take water conservation measures. We have developed around 6 number of wetlands in different parts of the park area.
Okay. And last this is the construction of highland, you know, has brought a good results in preservation of wildlife. So what is the new initiative on it?
A new initiative is no doubt that this highland or road cum highland is giving result, but again these are species specific, like rhino and wild buffalo, they are using the islands. But mainly in case of deers, elephants and tiger, they used to migrate to the southern side hill area, that is the Karbinglang hill area. So we are putting a lot of emphasis on corridor management. We already installed 1 animal sensor, and 6 more animal sensor work is going on. Maybe by end of February that all the 6 animal sensor will be operational. So once things are operational, we can say that there will be reduction in casualty due to the vehicle weight, and we can ensure that the smooth movement of vehicle and smooth movement of wild animals in the corridor area. And apart from that, the government constituted the committee to identify the corridor area and delineate the boundary of the corridor area. That work also completed. So we expect that the notification of the corridor area, and we can give a better management in the corridor area also in coming days.
Okay. And what is the success story in terms of, you know, tiger conservation?
Yeah, tiger conservation, we see Kaziranga nationally placed in 4th positions in case of number. We supposed to get the 2nd position because during the 4th cycle of All India Tiger Estimation, our tiger reserve area is 1055 square kilometer. Due to the various reasons, we couldn't put the camera traps in all the area. So the camera coverage area was only 482 square kilometer. And out of that area, our number was 104, and whereas the tiger usage area is 135. So current year, our estimation area, we already increased. Out of 1055 square kilometer, our present camera coverage area is around 1000 square kilometers. So we expect that during the next cycle, that will be over by 2022. We expect that Kaziranga definitely will get the 2nd position in case of tiger number.
Finally, our listeners, they must be eager to visit Kaziranga. Now, point is that if they come to Kaziranga, so would you please tell them how long they could stay here? What are the things mostly they can visit?
Kaziranga, we know that it's basically known for morning elephant safari and followed by the jeep safari. And most of the visitors, they used to say that both activities used to be covered in the forenoon itself. So we were looking for some more new component, mainly for the second half. So we introduced recently that boating in Brahmaputra, mainly at Bomaraguri area, that is the area bordering between the 6th edition to Kaziranga National Park and 1st edition of Borachabari Wildlife Sanctuary. Intervention recently started in the month of November 11th. So far, we received around 16,000 numbers of visitors visitors. The response is quite good. And this boating point is basically for dolphin. In Kaziranga also, apart from our big five like rhino, tiger, elephant, buffalo and swamp deer, the sixth major endangered species that we are conserving is river dolphin. We are conserving around more than 150 plus dolphins, and Kaziranga Park also controlling around 150 kilometers of Brahmaputra river area where we can sight good numbers of dolphins. Bomaraguri, Silghat, Bomaraguri, Ganesh Ghat, Bomaraguri, Borachapuri, these are the basically dolphin area. So we have recently allowed the select area for tourism related activities. So response is quite good. And apart from that, there was demand from the visitors mainly for trekking and cycling. So we started trekking in Kukurakata area of the Kaziranga Tiger Reserve, that is near Jakalabanda. Then we also started trekking in Chirang area, that near to the GL resort. So these are the two sites for trekking. And apart from that, we are also working on cycling route in Diosur and again Kohara, Haldibari area through the Eco Development Committee. So it's almost this field related work is completed, and we are going to start this activity also shortly.
Okay. Mr. Sivakumar, you give us time. I hope our listeners enjoyed your conversation and you have created a more zeal to visit the Kaziranga National Park. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Manas. To all the listeners, please visit Kaziranga. It's not only an area to visit to sight the animals. This is the area to learn about how the community is playing a role in conservation of Kaziranga. And again, this is the area mainly for the next generation. If someone want to have their career in mainly wildlife conservation, forest or environment, they can they can get some idea in Kaziranga National Park.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you again.
Meghalaya is synonymous with mesmerizing gorges and rivers, breathtaking waterfalls and scenic meadows, but the state is also home to a special variety of turmeric called Lakadong Turmeric. The name of the turmeric comes from a place called Lakadong in West Jaintia Hill district of Meghalaya. Often this variety of turmeric is termed as the wonder spice of Meghalaya due to its high content of curcumin compared to other varieties of turmeric found elsewhere in the country and the world. Curcumin is a component present in turmeric that gives turmeric its bright yellow color and its incredible medicinal properties, including anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Curcumin content determines the value of the turmeric, so the higher the curcumin content, the more the turmeric is valuable. Since Lakadong turmeric's curcumin content is high, consuming it for health can have positive effects on the consumer's body. Our Shillong correspondent Rustam has filed this report.
Seeing the potential of curcumin-rich Lakadong turmeric as it could change the lives of thousands of farmers, Meghalaya government launched Mission Lakadong in the year 2018 to expand the production of this turmeric variety. The mission was put in place as a targeted intervention aimed at the improvement of livelihoods of turmeric farmers by leveraging upon its default organic status and its high curcumin content, which at more than 7% is the highest in the world. To capture and meet the demand for this valuable spice from markets and industry, especially the pharmaceutical industry, the 5-year mission was launched in convergence with a number of government departments, including the horticulture, agriculture, forest, and others. The mission adopts an end-to-end holistic approach to organic Lakadong cultivation and put in place interventions to increase the area of cultivation over the next 5 years, while improving the productivity from 6 metric tons to 8 metric tons per hectare. 2 years into the mission, farmers are seeing the signs of improvement in their production as latest technologies are also utilized.
The Lakadong mission, the objective of the mission was basically to expand the area and expand the production and to create a brand around it. Anytime you want to create a brand, you should have enough volumes. The kind of volumes that we had at that time were not really much. So we wanted to take it up to 10,000 hectares. That was the target with which we had launched that mission. And in the last 2 years, we have been able to increase the area by about 800 hectares. So that has added a lot of additional production.
As the 5-year-long Mission Lakadong is yet to complete, the changes in the production and the benefits it has brought to turmeric farmers by the wonder spice of Meghalaya is still yet to be seen. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
Before we end, here are some interesting facts about the Northeast. Assam has been referred to as Kamrup in ancient Indian text. It was also known as Prag-Jyotishpur. Nir Mahal in Tripura is the only water palace in the Northeast India. It is built on the Rudra Sagar Lake. So with that, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye.